But Kevin, you were in Texas to call the Red Sox game. Boston fans are absolutely losing their minds over one particular player. By the way, you're going to see the Red Sox and Orioles coming up here on the network at 2:30 Eastern. And you saw this particular player firsthand. How worried should Sox Nation be about Rafael Devers' slow start?
Listen, this guy has driven in 100 RBIs in 3 of his years playing 6+ years in the big leagues, right? Signed a $300 million contract. You take him out of this lineup, and it's a different team, and I don't care what anybody says, even right now. I will bring up a couple points that are facts, though. One, I think he's a little overweight, and I think only he can answer that question. I think Rafi would look in the mirror and say, did I work as hard as I could this offseason to come in the best shape as I could, to have the best year as I could? And I can't answer that. I would say from my own eyeballs, he's always a guy that's very big and strong. It was like Big Papi got a lot of heat sometimes because of his body, and they think, I was like, no, you go touch him. So I know Rafi Devers is a strong kid. He's a great kid, and he will figure this out. I promise you in July we won't be talking about this. But right now is all we can talk about. And right now he is swinging and missing at balls above the belt buckle at a smooth 90 to 95, whatever that is, and balls that we're taking 0-2 down the middle. It seems like there's just a search going on. And I've played this game, and every hitter watching right now has played this game. It is a bad feeling when you go to the plate and you're a little lost. I don't know why he didn't take any at-bats in spring training for 3 weeks. I don't know why there was only 4 to 5 games played, because that's where spring training it's for. That's what it's for. You go there to work on your stuff, and we all come in and we adjust. And so now I think if I'm Rafi, I know there's 17 different hitting coaches going on. I will tell you this. I would tell you this as a team, as the Boston Red Sox. If I was on that team, which I still think I am. I'm not. I'm 53 years old. But I play for that organization. I love this organization. I love the dudes on this team. They have a great mix. They've added pitching. But someone needs to give this kid love. He has to figure this out. There's not a cheat sheet. I can't give him this cheat sheet. And Pete Fatsi, the great hitting coach, he can't give you this cheat sheet and say, hey, here's how to hit 300 again, or here's how to get out of it. You're going to have to make an adjustment. Whether it's his feet coming a little bit more neutral, he loves to hit with it like this, and then comes here. He's late. He's late because what happens when you're struggling, you're kind of afraid to make the wrong decision. The unique thing, though, through this whole process, I watched him. He's swinging at strikes. He had a big walk last night when Duran doubled. They were down by 1 with 2 outs. He doubles the left field, and Devers was walking the plate, and you're thinking one big gap shot, it erases everything. He still's hitting 0. That scoreboard still says 0. He's a human being, so mentally you are a little bit like, I need to get a hit, so you start pressing, and now you start trying to start later because you don't want to swing a ball in the dirt. So now the fastball's by him. The first 2 days, that's all they threw him, were 4-seam fastballs, top of the zone, down the zone, whatever it was, and he is swinging and missing. So there's an issue. He worked out. He came out, hit off the machine. You saw some good. You saw him square back up, and it was good, and then he kind of opened up, and then it became late again. Last night he was still battling. He faced Jacob deGrom. We'll talk about it in a second. But I'll tell you this. Somebody on that team needs to give this kid love, man. It's hard because you got 95. It's like having the Shanks on the driving range. You're going to have 14 dudes come over and tell you to try something, and you're rifling stuff in the trees. It needs to just take a deep breath. Alice Cora is awesome. He understands what's going on. He's not stupid. He's in the lineup. He will get out of this, but it's a miserable fight right now because they win their first game in Texas, and then quickly you lose 3 straight. Tristan Casas is off right now. He's got 1 hit. Their lineup hasn't hit with runners in scoring position. I think it was 1 for 24 or 5 during the series. They just haven't gotten going. The bullpen of the Rangers, Bochy's the best in the big league. He used that bullpen back and forth. But there's definitely a glaring situation going on with Rafi, and I almost wanted to go to his room at like 1:30 in the morning. And I know, Rafi knows me. Yeah, I don't know him that well. We haven't showered together, but I want to go up there and just go, hey, dude, just here's a hug. I want to know, like, it's all good, and just give him a hug and figure this out. And obviously, he's DHing. That's a new position. I would call Jim Thome and fly him in. He has David Ortiz that turned in probably to the greatest DH this game's ever seen, that turned into a Hall of Fame player after being non-tendered by the Twins and came into Boston in 2003, and then just figured it out. But I would start asking questions if I'm Rafi. It's up to Rafi, though. He's got to want it. I can't want it more than him. I'm pulling for him. His team's pulling for him. His coaching staff's pulling for him. We know the organization, the fan base is pulling for him. But he has to figure this out. And there's some good people around him that will answer some questions. But just slow the game down. But you have to adjust. I would grab someone else's bat. I would figure this out. But the swing and misses, it's been crazy to watch because he's so dynamic when he's on. He hammers stuff.
Mm-hmm. Kevin, that was beautiful.
Nailed it.
That was one of the most comprehensive and best and longest answers that you've ever given on this show. Is it because it's the year 1-5?
But I have passion for him, and I do. I feel bad. I feel bad because I want to we've all been there. Every player, every offensive player has been there, and it's not a good feeling.
That was so
but
good,
Rafi will figure it out.
I like what you said. Bring Big Papi in. That was the best thing that happened to me when I was a reliever. They put me in the bullpen to close, and I wanted to be a starting pitcher. I didn't want to close. but I did it. Every time I see Trevor Hoffman, I start asking him questions. I asked every guy, anybody I could in that position, closing, what do you do? And I think you have such a luxury with Big Poppy. Bring him in just so this kid can just pick his brain. What do you do between at-bats? How do you stay in the game? Because all of a sudden, you're off the field, right? When you're used to going and being able to put an at-bat behind you by making a play on defense, you don't have that luxury anymore. So I think that, use that in your organization. You have that at your fingertips. Go get it.
Best Interview in Baseball is presented by Corona. La Playa awaits.
Now it's time to go back in time.
And I used to play the violin, so I'll give you those two.
Ooh, the violin.
There we go. There we go.
You and Frito can start a band together.
Start a band. You and TJ.
The ukulele's a big surprise. I'm gonna have to talk to him about that. I couldn't see that.
You on the violin,
Great genres.
TJ on the ukulele. You guys are almost
I
there.
don't know if that would sound good, though.
We just went back in time.
It's the best interview in baseball presented by Corona. Welcome back to 2024 All-Star and ace of the Reds pitching staff, Hunter Green. We're going to get to baseball in just a bit, Hunter. But first, did you and TJ ever get that band started? And do you have a band name yet?
No, I love the throwback. No, TJ doesn't really do much when it comes to wanting to perform or anything. He's kind of always in the cut. But, I still don't know if that would sound good. We got to stick to just baseball on that one.
The good news is you got a singer now. So you got a singer that maybe he can get in there.
Right. Yeah, he's going today, man. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good game.
No doubt about it. He's got good stuff. I want to get into it with Terry Francona, man, because he's one of my favorites. I mean, he brings happiness and laughs, and he's like a kid in a candy store when he's talking. He thinks he's 12. He's very old. We know how old he is. But give me your relationship now with Tito. Now you get a chance to be around him and what he's brought.
Yeah, just like you said, I mean, he truly is like a kid in a candy store. I mean, the excitement that baseball brings to him, I think he said it the other day in one of his pressers, out of all the years and the experience he's had in the game, he's still getting butterflies in the ninth inning. It came down to the wire the other day. And for him to obviously be in that situation so many times, he still cares so much for the game and wants to see his players be the best version of themselves. So it's been a pleasure to have him as our manager so far.
Yeah, no doubt, man. He is like a kid. He's having fun out there with you guys. And you guys have fun after you guys hit home runs. This celebration you guys got going with the money machine, the ATM, little handheld ATM that spits out cash. Can you talk to us who came up with this idea? And because you're making the most on the team, is that your cash in there?
I think it's Nick Martinez. Nick's got me beat. But no, it's a really cool celebration. And I think it looks even better when the cameras are on it and you get photos because you just got a bunch of flying bills in the air. But it's special, every single team has something that brings the excitement to, celebrating a home run. It's hard to hit in the big leagues, so trying to capture those moments is really special, and this is the one so far for this year.
I'm curious, though, because we know that's not real money. At least I don't think it's real money. Whose face is on those bills?
It might be. That's the secret. You're going to have to pay a little bit more attention to the bills next time.
Oh, I like that. Okay, cool. Nice.
Talk to us about your dog. Your dog's name is Ross, right?
Yeah, Ross is the best. Man.
Okay, we've seen pics, but we don't know much about him. What's his favorite food? What are his favorite snacks? Favorite toy? Places he likes to be pet?
Yeah, the snacks might not sound too good for us, but it's like dried beef liver. That's his go-to. He gets really excited. He can smell it from a mile away, so anytime I go to crack the lid, he knows what's coming. And he's full of love, and it's great. Obviously this game's difficult, so when you go back home on some tough days, it's that unconditional love that he brings, and it makes you feel good and kind of be able to move on from anything bad that happened at the field. So he's a good reset for me, and I just try to give him as much love as he gives me.
I love that so much.
You know what's awesome though? Honestly, I was reading something about 2 weeks ago because I have a dog, Champ. He's a Labradoodle. There's new situations, and it said that dogs were put on this earth. They're angels. They're real live angels because they're so happy. They make you happy. It's like they don't care what you do. They're not happy. They're just happy to see it. And I was like, dude, that's a cool way to think about a dog. Like, they are angels because everybody loves their dog.
100%. Yeah, it's like you said, man. It's just you got to give them love and make them feel good and special. And I feel like I have a great relationship and bond with Ross. So it's been a great addition to my life.
No doubt about it. So now you're on a tough little stretch as a team when I say that. You don't have an off day till next Thursday. So in off days, it's changed. We used to go to the malls, and we used to kind of when malls were cool, that's all we did, and we go see a movie. How do you unwind on an off day in the big leagues?
Yeah, it's funny. Before, I felt like I used to want to go do a bunch of stuff, right? Because when we have a game, it takes over our whole day. So early on, and getting called up in my first couple of years, I always wanted to go be busy, right, and conquer the world in one off day. But now, trying to dedicate that to more recovery and time to just relax and kind of reset for the next day is how I've kind of shifted my day and my focus on the off days. So, it depends on the city that we're in. I've been blessed to travel a lot even before I got to the big leagues, and I know a lot of really cool spots in a lot of different cities. So it just depends on where you're at, and you might have a great restaurant you like to hit, or maybe a landmark you like to go to or go check out that might bring memories back. So it just depends on the city. But nowadays I'm getting kind of old and just want to relax and reset.
Yeah.
So no malls in the plans for the off day. I don't blame you, man.
No malls, maybe Mall of America, but
Okay.
once again, I went to Mall of America when I was 13, so I've been there and I've done it, and might want to go to a lake now instead if you're in Minnesota.
Perfect. We've already put you through Secret Santos, so we want to try something new. We want to give you 15 seconds of fame because it's the year 15, Kevin Millar, and it's 15 seconds to spotlight someone else. It could be your dog walker, teammate, coach, mom, a clubhouse attendant. Choice is yours. Tell us about somebody and why you want to shout them out. Your clock starts now, Hunter.
Yeah, I'd say my parents, but I give them a lot of love. So I'd say my two boys, Hunter Woods and Kevin Linick. Those are my two best friends that we've built a great relationship with, and they're there for me through thick and thin, and always give me words of encouragement on game day.
Perfect.
I got it in.
I love that.
You got it in.
Yeah,
You got it
nice
in.
work.
Got it in. Yeah.
Hunter, it's always so fun to have you on the show. Thanks for coming on.